Hey, John Hope Bryant, founder of Operation Hope. This is the Truth Serum series. So look, Malcolm X said, we've been bamboozled, we've been tricked, we've been fooled. Boy, was he right. The Truth Serum series. So Uncle Tom's, one day, a few of my boys were on the phone. We're like, look, man, we gotta make sure we gotta watch what we do. It can't be perceived as anybody doing some Uncle Tom stuff. These were educated, highly educated brothers. And I was doing a video and somebody was like, oh man, you just Tommen, you Uncle Tommen, hanging out with these white bankers and whatever, right? And I wanted to set the brother straight. And one of the viewers, so thank you whoever you are, I hope you're watching this right now, like, hey John, the homeboy got that right. That Uncle Tom's not a negative thing. And I'm like, what do you mean it's not a negative thing? So of course I'm curious. God gave me 2 ears, so I listen twice as much as I talk. And I went to the dictionary for a source of information, all right? And the dictionary says, Uncle Tom, a black man considered to be excessively obedient or servile to white people. Okay, that's consistent with what I thought to be Uncle Tom. Then it goes on. A person regarded as betraying their culture or social allegiance. Okay, I'm like, yeah, I understand Uncle Tom. Then I went further. I actually did my own research. Here's who Uncle Tom really is, okay? Uncle Tom is a guy named Josiah Henson, and he was born in 1830. And let me set this up right. Now, let me tell you, he was an author, an abolitionist, a minister. He was born into slavery in Port Tobacco, Charles County, Maryland. Escaped to Upper Canada in 1830. But I'm getting ahead of myself. This is who Uncle Tom was fashioned after. There was a book called Uncle Tom's Cabin. And that book became a bestseller. And that book told the story of this black man who escaped slavery, stood up for 2 black women, and as a result of that was beaten to death by the slave master. All that was true except the part about being beaten to death. Josiah Henson did stand up for black people, but escaped from, I believe it was New Orleans, to Upper Canada. When he got to Canada, hold on, listen to me now. Check this out. Homeboy bought 200 acres and then bought 200 additional acres. So author, minister, self-made, escaped slave, businessman. He then creates a settlement there for skilled labor, to teach people skilled labor. Creates his own underground railroad, or connects to the underground railroad, create his own part of that to Canada, and saved 110 black people. 110 former slaves escaped with his help. He came down and helped them, just like Harriet Tubman helped them get to Canada. And when he got there, he created a settlement for them to do for themselves with their own hands by becoming skilled laborers. This is Josiah Henson. This is a bad brother. So what happened was this book was modeled after his life, became a bestseller. It perceived black people in a very positive light. It became fuel for abolitionists during the slave period before the Civil War to push for the freedom of slaves and to get America out of the slave trade business. And this was right before the Civil War. This got so popular, black people's image got so good as a result of this, some crazy white folks were like, not all white folks, crazy ones, cray ones, said, we're not having this, right? Why is it always the bad people who are good marketers? We're not having this. They create a series of plays, stage plays, a whole series of them. These plays were them in blackface, stepping, fetching, walking, dancing, all this kind of stuff, and acting like they were subservient to white slave masters. Just the opposite of Josiah Henson. Acting is, in a sort of stupid kind of a way, and yes, massa, and all this stuff. And that was so successful and entertained the races of that day so well, and the marketing of that was so far and wide, that became the overwhelming reputation and image of Uncle Tom. But the real image of Uncle Tom is what I just told you. A hardworking black man who self-educated himself, who taught others, who owned his own land, who owned his own business, who built his own enterprise, who was married to Nancy Henson, who had books written after him, founded the British American Institute, and it was born in Charles County, Maryland, and died in Dresden, Canada, and saved 110 slaves and their family and descendants from slavery, and taught them self-sustainable skills. Let me tell you what, if that's Uncle Tom, we need an Uncle Tom on every block in America. I was joking when I was saying to people, hey, you want to call me Uncle Tom? And I founded Operation Hope, and Operation Hope has 4 million clients, and helps direct $3.5 billion of prime capital to prime money, low cost money to minority entrepreneurs and creating entrepreneurs and small business owners. And we're in 54 locations in 22 states. I was talking about stuff about 30,000 volunteers. If that's an operation, if I'm an Uncle Tom, we need Uncle Tom on every block. No, you don't need John O'Brien. You don't need my boy Grant Hill was called an Uncle Tom. You don't need any of these highly educated, sophisticated, thoughtful, high frequency, loving brothers who are good fathers. And no, all of us don't qualify, right? That's what somebody wants to call Uncle Tom. You need Josiah Henson. That's the brother, and we need an Uncle Tom on every block. Better than that, we just need to read. We need to read. Okay, what did Chris Tucker said? You want to hide your money from a criminal? Hide your money in a book, because thieves don't read. We need to get back to reading. We need to make smart sexy again. We've made dumb sexy for too long. We've dumbed down and celebrated. It's time to make smart sexy again. Share this video. Share this wisdom. Put your comments down in the comment area. I will respond. Let me know what you think. Start a conversation amongst yourself. Put this on your page. Begin a conversation about what does this really mean, and how many other things we need a truth serum. How many other things we have been brainwashed about that just are not true. That's got us chasing our tails versus getting our tails in action to take care of our business in our lives and our family, like Josiah Henson. Love and light. John O'Brien, I'm out. Hope you enjoyed this.